Hi guys, Mr. Voigt here. Today we are going to work on drawing three-dimensional cubes. And then I'd like to see if you could draw this image that's above the three cubes there, because I find it to be a very interesting connection between cubes that are kind of interweaved. So let's go ahead and first just look at how to draw these three cubes. And then I want you to practice and see if you can draw maybe like a whole page. I've only got maybe half a page going, but see if you can draw a whole page and continue the pattern that I've started, where all of these cubes are kind of interlaced and the pattern just repeats itself. Because within that, if you're looking, you can see how there's a lot of overlaying geometric shapes. I'm also going to post a picture of this image that you can just look at and analyze as well. But I found this to be a very cool kind of art project to work on, and then looking at it and letting your eyes just kind of relax into the picture, you can really start to see a whole bunch of different stuff. So let's get started. The way that you get this other pattern on the top going is first by focusing on the rhombus. These cubes are all made out of the rhombus shape. Now I did this freehand, but I kind of realized it would be helpful if you could cut out a rhombus shape, like draw a rhombus and then cut it out and use that as a template to trace, and that way all of your rhombus shapes will be the same size. If you freehand it, it takes a lot of kind of trial and error and erasing to kind of get it all balanced. Okay, so let's look here. The trick to drawing the above image is to focus on the star. So if you notice in the center here, here's the center point. You should have 6 rhombuses or rhombi that come from that vertex. Okay, so here would be like the top, and here would be the bottom. So you can see here is one rhombus, here is a second rhombus, a third rhombus, and then on the bottom of this line you have a fourth, fifth, and sixth rhombus. So I like to start with the first rhombus, the top rhombus, and I will just draw that. Now I would be drawing this with pencil first so I can erase, but I'm just going to trace it now in colored pencil so you guys can see it's not really as dark as I thought it would be. But you guys get the point. So I'm drawing this first rhombus. Okay. And then the trick is to draw the second rhombus either to the left or the right. So then I draw my second rhombus. I'll do the right one. And then I'll draw my third one to the left here, you can see. Third rhombus to the left. So I'm just tracing what I've already drawn. Okay, so this is all about the star. So you want to then create the bottom half of the star. So I'm just going to trace this. And please forgive me, I don't have a great camera stand, so I'm just holding my phone, recording this. Okay, so that, my tracing work is not as good when I'm holding my phone. Alright, so I trace the bottom left rhombus, then the bottom center rhombus, and then the bottom right rhombus. So at that point, you have 6 rhombi and a star shape. Okay, how do we make the cube? Well, this is the cool thing about the rhombus. This entire image above is all made up of the rhombus shape. Okay, so you're just using the rhombus shape the entire time. So don't forget that as a strategy. I've got my star pattern. So how am I going to complete the cube? Well, I will just come in here And I'll add a rhombus here to the right. I'm trying to do this in a different color. Sorry, these colors did not work out the way I expected. I will use a marker next time. And then I'll add this rhombus here, kind of in the top left, right? And then I'll add the rhombus to the bottom left here. And then you can see how that 3D shape, those three cubes pop out. So from there, you want to then ask yourself, how do I continue this pattern and kind of cover a whole page? So you can see how I've started it here, right? And if you can look, you can see how this would be like the center vertex of a star. You see how there's 1, 2, 3 rhombus on the top, 1, 2, 3 rhombus on the bottom of the star. And then if you look here, the 3 cubes pop out. And then you want to continue that pattern. So you always want to be able to find a star. Like you see how the star is here. There's a center vertex, and then 1, 2, 3 on the top, 1, 2, 3 on the bottom. There's a star here, 1, 2, 3 on the top, 1, 2, 3 on the bottom. Okay, there's a star here. So you want to always kind of be able to find that star pattern when you add on to your starting point. I hope that's helpful. I'm really curious to see what you guys are able to draw. And I would love if you can somehow take a screenshot of what you end up drawing, make it really colorful, and post it to our discussion board. And then answer the discussion questions, which will be in the discussion board in the math folder. Can't wait to see what you guys come up with. Adios.